Not everything requires closure. Like, how do you want a village when you're not even a villager? It gets to a point where you have to descend to your parents. Girl, we don't always gotta be in the club. Adult friendship requires effort. There's no such thing as a nonchalant man. That man just doesn't like you, respectfully. Your friend is probably depressed. Check in on your friends, y'all. Hello my loves, y'all. If this is the first time you are seeing my face, hey girl, hey, I go by Ryona or Chileeee, whichever you prefer, and welcome or welcome back to my channel, The Art of Becoming. If you don't know me, girl, I love a girl talk. I love a yap session. I love a catch-up session. I love to pick your brain. I love for you guys to like see like my perspective on a lot of things. And today we're just going to be talking about things I'm currently learning in my 20s, things my 20s have taught me. I'm currently 24 years old, and I don't know if that's a bit young, but I feel like I have a bit of experience in a lot of things. Without further ado, I hate long intros. Let's just jump right into the video, okay? The first thing we have on the list here is not everything requires closure. Literally. The reason I say that is I am a big communicator. Like, if we're friends, if we're in a relationship, if you've done something that I don't like, you're gonna know about it, because I am very confrontational. I love to get things off my chest, but I feel like that can be a good thing and also a bad thing, because they say communication is key, but it takes two people to communicate. Like, you can be talking to someone and telling them, hey, you did this and I didn't like it, but if that person isn't willing to like hear, listen, and understand how they hurt your feelings or how they did you wrong and how they can improve, you're really just talking to like a wall. And I've had to learn that in a lot of my friendships, that not everyone is willing to communicate and understand like where I'm coming from. And even if a friendship ends on bad terms, sometimes you have to leave things as they are. No hard feelings. It is what it is. And let bygones be bygones. Because I feel like a lot of people, they struggle with communication, and it's not your job to hold someone's hand, especially if we're in our 20s or in our 30s. It's already a lot like navigating life in your 20s, navigating life in your 30s when you have like a family. I don't have time to hold someone's hand and like baby them into understanding like, hey, this is where you went wrong. Like, no. Okay, so the second thing on our list is be intentional with everything you do, especially dating. I already know this is about to be a spicy topic. Be intentional with everything you do, especially dating. Why is this on my list? Why is this on my list? Okay, so I officially started taking dating seriously this year. And not that I wasn't taking it seriously before, but I had to sit down with myself and say, girl, what exactly are you looking for like in the dating pool? And when I did that, I got all the answers. I knew I wanted someone who's like respectful. I wanted someone who cares for me. I wanted someone who has like a strong like moral compass. I want someone who's a family guy. I want, you know what, all these things. But I feel like if you enter the dating pool and you don't know what you want, it's gonna be easy for men to tell you what you want. If I approach a dating situation and a guy's telling me, hey, I only want to fuck, I just want to have a situationship, but I know I'm in it for a long-term relationship, it's gonna be easy for me to recognize that and be like, yeah, no, you're wasting my time. I want someone to be like the father of my kids. I want a partner in the future, right? Approach it in a way where this is what I'm looking for. This is where I see myself in 3 years. If I'm in a relationship right now, 3 years down the line, am I looking at marriage? Like, what is my rule? 3 months into us dating, I want to be a girlfriend. 4 months into us dating, I want to meet your family. Whatever that looks like for you, I think you should already have like a plan and not go into it without knowing what you want. Another thing I'm learning in my 20s is making friends in your 20s is hard, but not impossible. I can't lie. I saw something on, was it TikTok or Instagram? I don't even remember. But someone said making friends in your 20s is like having your hand out begging for pennies. I was like, what are you even talking about right now? At one point in my life, that was relatable, but that's because I was not going anywhere. Girl, I wasn't going anywhere. I was cooped up in my house, and then I was like, oh, I want to make friends. I can't make friends. Girl, you are literally cooped up in your house. So I know it's hard to make friends in your 20s because it's not like we're in high school anymore or university where we have to go into these like classes and like these workshops and like connect and meet new people. Again, you have to be intentional. Like, you have to be intentional with like the places that you go to. It's easy for you to like stay in your house and say, oh, making friends is hard, when you're not putting in the effort. You have to get up, you have to put in the effort, you have to reach out to people, you have to join that club, you have to join that program, you have to start that hobby, you have to get up, literally. And I'm starting to realize that the best place I'm starting to realize that the best place for people to meet and network is definitely like sports programs and also like creative events. Girl, we don't always gotta be in the club. We do not always have to be in the club. Like, there's so many like social clubs that we can join, and go into those like spaces with an open mind and an open heart. Like, if someone did you dirty in the past, don't look at your new friend who don't know nothing about you and already have that mindset that, oh, she gonna do me dirty, like I can't open up to her. Because I feel like this generation, like, we are lacking community in all aspects of our life. Sometimes I sit down and I wonder, like, how did our parents used to do it? Like, I feel like back then social media wasn't such like a big thing, and our parents had such a strong sense of community back in the day. The fourth thing I'm currently learning is adult friendship requires effort. It requires effort. It can't be one-sided, y'all, because we got bills, we got work, we got a life. If you're only working and you don't make time for your friends, you're not see your friends until next year. I promise. I promise you. Like, some of my best friends that live in the city, I'm not even seeing them because they're so busy with work. Adult friendship requires effort. Like, if you haven't heard from your friends in a minute, check in. Your friend is probably depressed. Check in on your friends, y'all. If you guys aren't going out, like, you can pull up to each other's crib, schedule a movie night, grab some popcorn, go for a walk, start working out. Like, it requires effort to see your friends. You can't just roll over in bed and be like, oh, I wonder what Chileeee is doing today. Like, what is she up to? You have to make effort. If you can see your partner, yeah, I'm gonna be that girl. If you can see your partner, if you can schedule time to see your boyfriends, you can schedule time to see your friends. But y'all not ready for that. You can schedule time to see your friends, literally. It's not as hard as we make it out to be. Piggybacking off my previous point of our parents having community without all this like social media platform, they were pulling up to each other's homes. They were going to church on Sunday. Okay? You can't want a village without being a villager. Are you getting what I'm putting down? You can't want people to show up for you, but when it's time for you to show up for people, you're nowhere to be found. You're literally nowhere. Like, how do you want a village when you're not even a villager? How do you want a community when you don't even contribute to the community? No one even knows you in the community, but you want to be a part of the community? Okay, I think I'm like going off script, but I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Number 5, stop scheduling shit and just call your friends. Literally, that, I think this is like the biggest lesson I've learned in my 20s. Stop scheduling shit. Right now, I don't even want to hear, girl, I'll call you back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Girl, just call me whenever. If I pick up the phone, I pick up the phone. If I don't, I don't. Because I feel like when we're scheduling shit, that's when it gets too practical. That's when we're missing each other. That's when, oh, girl, like, you said you were going to call me back at 3, but I actually have to run right now. No, stop. Just call me. Just call me. At this point, I can't. It gets to a point where you have to descend to your parents. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way before all the parents start to attack me. I don't mean this disrespectfully because I love my parents. I love my parents down. And I'm sure you love your parents too. But as you are growing and finding your path in your 20s, it gets to a point where you need to descend to your parents because what your parents want for you might not be the same thing that you want for yourself. You can be the most outgoing, courageous person, so brave, so smart, so strong-minded, but someone like who you look up to, someone who you see as like an authority figure, which is like your parents, if they speak fear over your life, not over your life, that's a bit dramatic, but if they speak fear into you, like say you want to go on a solo trip and a parent would, like a parent is always going to worry. That's their job, you know, like they have like watched you grown from this little baby into a toddler, from this toddler into a teenager, and now a whole adult that has thoughts and feelings and want to do these big things and take on the world. Like it is scary to see your child like do all these things that they might have not done or got the opportunity to do, right? So there's gonna be some fear, but at some point, like you need to take what they say with a grain of salt if it's hindering your life and if it's causing you fear. I hope you guys are understanding because you might want to get in a relationship or marry someone, and if your parents don't like them, that's gonna be like that's gonna take a huge toll on you. But at the end of the day, your parents don't always know what's best for you, right? Yeah, they love you and they care about you and they can offer their opinion and advice, but as you're growing, you're gonna start finding like your own moral compass and like your own things that you value, and it might not even align with your parents, and that's okay. That is okay. But I'm not saying like be disrespectful or do things that like that's gonna like shame or disgrace your name. Don't do that. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is if you want to put yourself out there, if you want to go for these things, if you want to take that trip, if you want to apply for that job that's like in another country, but you're relying on the opinion of another person that might project some type of fear into your life, it's time for you to decenter those people. It doesn't mean you don't have love for them, but at some point, and I have watched this where people, children, they'll want to like strive for like a certain goal, but because they have like a fear of disappointing their parents or a fear of going on a different path than what their parents expect of them, they don't take it. They don't take that dream. They don't take that opportunity. And then in life, they end up like regretting everything and resenting their parents. So that's what I mean. Like sometimes you need to descend to your parents. Definitely you can ask their opinion, but take it with a grain of salt and let that opinion be like some type of direction for you, but it's not their way or the highway. You know what I mean? I hope that made sense. Okay, we're literally almost towards the end of the video. Oh my gosh. Another thing that I am learning right now is, or that I've learned, I shouldn't say I'm learning right now because all these things I've learned. Like I probably went through some type of lesson and I've learned them. There's no such thing as a nonchalant man. That man just doesn't like you, respectfully. Like you can't say I love somebody and you find someone so attractive and you want to be with them, but you're nonchalant about that love. I don't understand the concept of being a nonchalant person. A nonchalant man, okay, a nonchalant person, that's fine with other people, but with your partner, why are you being nonchalant? I feel like love is such a beautiful thing, and if you are loving someone, love them out loud, love them proudly, like put in your best effort, because at the end of the day, why would you want your girl or your man to deserve anything less than like the best of the best? Like, why would you want to be nonchalant? Like, why would you want to humble your partner? It actually breaks my heart when I see some men choosing to humble the girl that they're with, especially if she's a baddie. Like, what are we talking about right now? Your man should want to show you how special you are and how proud of you he is. Like, he should want to, like, he should want to big up you. Like, he should see you and be like, yeah, my girl, that one there, that's my girl. You know what I mean? So why would you want to humble someone? The man not like you, man not like, he doesn't like you. If he wants to humble you, if he wants to be nonchalant about his love towards you, he doesn't like you. I don't know what else. Like, if I'm missing something, please comment down below. But he don't like you. I promise. And that's a shame for him because I'm sure you're a baddie. The last thing that I have here on my list that I have learned so far in my 20s is build a strong relationship with God. I have a lot to say about this because at one point I didn't even believe there was a God. Like, I was like, where is he? Like, I can't see him. Like, he's doing all of these like amazing things, but there's so much like hurt and destruction in the world. You know, all of that. All of that. I grew up going to church in Jamaica and I never really understood it. I never really understood it because I didn't like learn who God is like on my own. And I went through heartbreak and that's how I knew God. I can talk about it now because I'm like completely like healed from that season. But I remember that time like it was yesterday. And I remember calling my parents. Like, one thing about me, I'm close with my parents. Like, I love my parents down. No matter how much we argue or we don't necessarily see eye to eye, or sometimes I'll be acting like I'm a grown woman, which I am, but you know, to your parents, you are never really grown. I love them down. Like, I love them down. And I'll never forget like this moment, like when I was going through what I was going through. Thankfully, like, I was able to call my dad and I broke down on the phone at my old job in the cafeteria. That was so funny. And my mom, at her old apartment, I went and I was just so sad. And I confided in her, obviously. And she told me not to worry. She was like, girl, don't worry. Like, it's his loss, right? But it didn't matter the amount of people I confided in and the amount of times I cried. I felt like I still couldn't feel a sense of relief. Like, I felt like this feeling of heaviness was constantly on me. And I don't even want to sound silly to be like, oh yeah, God showed up in my life because of heartbreak, because everyone's interaction and everyone's season with God is different. But I'm not gonna lie, like, that's what it was for me. No matter the amount of crying and crying out that I'm doing, it just felt like it was never enough. Until that one time I just started praying and praying and praying and praying. I was like, God, I don't know, I don't even know if you are real, but this is how I'm feeling right now. I just need this pain to go away. I need this feeling to stop. And I kid you not, like, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like this presence. I felt like this like warmth around me. And he has showed up in my life like numerous amounts of ways that I wish I could just like go into right now. But they're a bit more personal. And I feel like right now there's a lot of things that I still don't understand, but I'm trusting in him and trying to like get to know him better. And I feel like when you're on a mission to like know God more, he shows up in your life. Like, I can't even lie to you. Like, I can't even lie to you. And if you haven't experienced it, and I wish you do sometime soon, if you haven't, it just feels like you feel so light. And I can't lie, I'm not like the perfect person. I can't tell you like I be reading my Bible every day and I do all this stuff. But one thing I've known is like having a relationship with God in your 20s, in your 30s, whenever you find him, like, it is worth it. that sense of peace, that sense of calmness. You don't have anxiety or you're anxious 25/7. Like, it's just amazing. If you made it until the end of this video, thank you so much. Comment, this is my year, if you've made it this far, because we still have a couple months left in the year, child. And I hope you like this video. I know we yapped a lot, but girl, I love a good yap session. I can't even lie to you. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.